y'all this week is gonna be gigantic. I told you it's gonna be humongous. It's gonna be the biggest. Straight Loud Entertainment, the Album Review Club. Y'all know how we do every Sunday. And then we're gonna come talk about it. That's how
Yo,
you, man.
quick little burp.
That's
Keep
crazy.
it.
That's crazy.
Oh no, COVID. Oh no, COVID. Woo. What's up with you?
Man, blessed. I just came from a weekend with the folks, so
Hey,
it was
you
good.
got to have some fun. And then you got to eat, but you didn't get it.
Man, my parents fed us. We was some uh,
Woo.
we was some jungle babies in the kitchen, man. If you was down there, you would understand what I was talking about. Bro, you should have pulled up. I should have told you. You
Wait,
could have
you were
pulled up.
down where I was at?
Nah, bro, I wasn't green.
Uh, oh shit. I would have. If you had hit me up, I would probably have drove down there.
Had the whole
I need
family.
to get, I need to get my car fixed though.
What's wrong, man? Y'all already know Trevor be having the issues because he's still living in Wakanda.
Yeah,
Full of live in the past. Well, he live in the future or something.
like he's not affected by the time change. How's everyone doing? Thanks for coming out, guys. Thanks for
Hey,
checking us out. We're getting the rest of the crew
while
assembled.
we at y'all, man, go to YouTube, Straight Loud Entertainment. Follow that.
Straight loud assemble. Ooh.
We got food up there. We still trying to get food up here. Y'all see that? We got cheddar in the building. We got food in the building.
And then we just all show up. What's up, guys? Straight loud entertainment. Bringing it back to you one time, two times, three times. Oh my goodness.
Hey,
We got a crazy album.
well, why we trying to get everything together? Shit, y'all got any announcements?
I really do all this shit, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? Let's go ahead, B. Let's go ahead and start off right. Hold on. I really do all this shit, man. All this shit that y'all think
One
I
second, I gotta
do. I do all of it. You know what I'm saying? Justin, shut the fuck up. All right, I haven't started. That's why you got disconnected. You know what I'm saying? I got mind control over your Wi-Fi. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Oh, it's just woo and foo. Woo, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell everybody that's good right now. All right, everybody who might tune in, watch this back on YouTube, all that. I really do all this shit, man. Everything that you think I do, I do. Everything you think I done did, I done did. And the words of R.I.P. shouted low, I done it all. I done it all. That's me. What's poppin', huh?
Yo.
Hey, we don't know what he talking about. But Major Pain in the building.
You know what? Y'all gonna stop. Y'all gonna stop this nonsense. Y'all gonna stop this nonsense, bro.
Got the
First
Wayne
of
family.
all, saying all bald black men look alike is as racist as saying all black men with dreads look alike. All right? I am my own individual person, right? You see the looks. You know what I'm saying? You see the moisturized lips, pause. You know what I'm saying? You see the eyebrows. Respect me when you see me is what I'm asking. I'm not dusty like 40. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a nerd like Woo. I'm smooth, suave. You know what I'm saying? Nice, simple gold chain. You know what I'm saying?
Again,
That's it.
we don't know what this nigga talking about.
Also,
But
shout out to 40. His president got elected. Go ahead, 40. Do your thing. But you all say your thank yous.
Hell
what
yeah, they didn't pick Batman. Always put him in. Always put him in. He never gets picked, man. I don't understand. He's been keeping Gotham safe for a long time.
We,
And he's
we
also
got a
doing.
good lot for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? While we wait on Cheddar to get connected, you know what I'm saying? He teleconferencing in from the great country of Africa. My bad. Continent of Africa. There we
Yeah.
go. I want to
Shout
go
out
ahead
to
and point out
Instagram.
Before we get into all the news, we got some legislation to work out. I got my complaints I got to put out here on the front line. They announced the rap album Grammy nominations of the year.
Oh, really?
And they shaded my boy Schoolboy Q, you know, Quincy from TDE. We got to talk about it. So here's the deal. Someone like 40 already know you ain't fucking listened to the album, right? Woo, you probably listen to it kind of, sort of, probably not really. I just want to go ahead and let y'all know that is my album of the year. In December, when we do our albums of the year, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know ahead of time. That's already my album of the year. Blue Lips was the best thing I heard all year and didn't get no Grammy nomination, but you know what did? Eminem's album did. Eminem's album got a Grammy nomination. Let's be very clear. It was Garbaggio, trash, garbage juice, 40's haircut. That's what
Andre
it was.
2000
It was
getting a
bad across the
nomination.
board. Dallas Cowboys, all right? That's what it was. New York Knicks, bad across the board. But it got a nomination. I'm mad about that. That's why I'm going to put that out there. Go ahead, Will. My bad. I had to get it off my chest, man.
Hey,
Did they really put
look,
Andre
In the words
2000?
of Drake, I'm
look,
upset.
look.
I'm upset.
What a chat agrees with you right now. Chat with you. So,
Oh,
First of all, you know the chat agrees with me. Ain't nobody listened to this motherfucking Eminem album. Nobody. Some people didn't even know he dropped the album this year. Just like, you know, I rest my black ass case. But go ahead, Will. My bad. I'm gonna go ahead. My bad. I sometimes I get up here, I get kind of animated because I really love hip hop. I really love
what
rap. And when I hear somebody disrespect Quincy like that, I gotta speak on it.
man,
Thank you, Holiday. Fuck Eminem album. This is
there we
garbage.
go. Boy, shoot, that Canadian internet is terrible.
yeah. Wait, did we?
Oh, Canada, trash, trash
Listen,
can.
for one, I listened to that Eminem album, and it was not very good.
That's what I'm saying. This shit was trash, bro. You know how
Don't get me
mad
wrong;
I am. You know
It
how
was an
mad I
interesting
am,
concept
bro.
album. Whatever, that album was a good 8, 9 years, a bit too late.
Oh, hey, we're being generous if we're saying 8, 9 years. Probably about 12, 13. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to hear no fucking same way with Andre 3000. Ain't nobody trying to hear no goddamn Andre 3000 in 2024. I'm good on that.
Yeah,
But guess
I'm
who
definitely
got
gonna hear
nominated
about
for his
Flute.
own album? Andre 3000. See, this is, you
yeah.
know what? I'm not gonna let myself get irritated by Grammy nominations because we always know that they're fugazi. I just want to point out how the fuck did Andre 3000 tease a rap album, drop a flute album, and get nominated for a Grammy? All right, never mind. Go ahead, y'all go ahead, bro. I'm about to
To
get
be
pissed off.
fair, did he ever tease a rap album, or you say, I got a new album
Oh,
coming
I'm
out?
sorry. If a rapper who has been rapping for 30 years is like, hey guys, I'm coming up with a new album. And then the day before it drops is just like, I realized I didn't really have anything to rap about, so I made a flute album instead. Nigga, you know what I'm saying?
If there's
No,
anybody
I'll put
else
it like this.
but Andre,
I'll
I
put it
get
like
that, but it's Andre.
I'll put it like this. When Eminem said he was dropping an album this year, nobody expected a guitar album. I rest my case. 3 Stacks is the GOAT. Ned, we're gonna talk about that later. But don't you say no stupid shit like that no more. Go ahead, Will.
Well, let's get back on track. Everybody, whatever y'all sipping on tonight.
La Agua.
Hey,
It's
hey,
Fireball,
toast to y'all.
whiskey.
Toast to y'all, man.
Yeah, we're gonna blame Eminem in the
He
comments.
said Eminem dropped the album for the handicapped. That's crazy.
But is he lying?
But
Lil Wayne already dropped
But
the
is
guitar
he
album.
lying?
Lil Wayne already dropped the guitar
he
album, and
dropped the
everybody
rock
forgot
album.
about it.
Don
And everybody forgot about it.
Julio, wait, hold on. Don Julio? Yo, niggas is dangerous. Yo, this nigga is dripping dangerous right now.
Man,
Whoa. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all better turn up. Whoa, let's go ahead and get started, man. You gave us the biggest, the baddest.
hey, well, I'm chilling tonight. Y'all can turn up. I'm chilling. I've been turning up all weekend. So.
Here we go.
But quick tell of the tape this week we did Big Moochie Grape. Eat or get ate too.
Paper Route Empire.
Yeah, that's one Young Doss folk. So a quick teller tape. It dropped on Halloween, and dude, that's all I got for you.
Hasn't had any time to go platinum. Hasn't had no time to get to number one. None of that. It's just
Yes.
Oh
dropped.
shit, that's okay. It literally
Yeah,
just
it just
dropped.
came out.
You could
Okay.
at least give us a back history on Big
Yeah,
Moochie.
something.
He he likes grapes.
Blue's my favorite color. It's like, yo, you know
Um,
what? You know what? If you don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and take over a little bit from
Who's
Moo because
Dolph?
you can't give Big Moochie no weak ass introduction like that. So Big Moochie sound like PRE. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Young
What's
Dog. Shout out to Key
PRE?
Glock. Key Glock got a couple features up here. Key Glock. You know what I'm saying? If you missed off the way that Woo and Foo do, Key Glock the next best thing. You know what I'm saying? So Key Glock got two features up here. Shout out to him. His back to back features too. Gonna go ahead and say I enjoyed this album. Album mixtape. Which one is it, Will?
It's an album.
All right. I enjoyed this album. I thought it was solid. I also like the fact that it was short. But Paper Route Empire Stand Up, you right. But we'll go ahead, man. Start off the rotation.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? We gotta get it going.
well,
Why did you choose this album?
I low key wanted to pull a Justin. I wanted to put I wanted to put myself in his shoes when it comes to pulling the album, but I wanted to do it out of my bag. I feel like Justin be digging deep into his bag when it comes to random albums to present. And I feel like this album was just dropped on Halloween. I listened to it, and I mean, shoot, off the rip, this shit kind of fire. And then I listened to it for the week. We had a week off. I listened to it for the week. I was like, all right, well, I don't feel like trying to pull up nothing else. I was about to do a Young album. I was like, I don't feel like doing.
The
Um,
fuck? Yeah, I went and chose the first album I saw because I ain't trying to do nothing else.
I cycled through it and I was like, you know what? Brand new album, fire. It's something that I would listen to that probably a lot of people wouldn't listen to, and it kind of gives them a little taste of how deep in the PRE I've gone. Because not a lot of people really, he's not a popular artist. Like it's not on no charts. It's not up here number one. It ain't going diamonds. Might not go gold. To be quite honest with you,
Got
but
a point there. Hold on. Will, hate to interrupt you. Got to point this out. That's what y'all gonna get from the album review club. You know what I'm saying? We made Clown 40 a little bit. It's only because the album is bad. But like real talk, what we really want, what things that you're gonna get from us, you're gonna get from a whole bunch of these YouTube reviewers or anything like that, is that we're gonna be doing albums and mixtapes that general people are not gonna know about. General people are not gonna have listened to. So that's why, even though I don't like some of the albums that or mixtapes that 40's put forward, some of the albums that Wu has put forward. The fact is, otherwise you may not even know these shits existed. I'm gonna be real with you. I fuck with PRE. I never even listened to Big Moochie before. This is my first introduction. I just walked through the door. And I appreciate that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Will. Go ahead, get back to you, big dog.
but I don't know. I'm kind of curious what Cheddar what his first initial thoughts was. No, he don't listen to trap. He listen to happy music, and
Yeah, I was just about to say.
it's a different type of happy
I was just
music,
about
man.
to say. He was like, the mixtape was really liking on positivity.
um, I'll say I like Key Glock a lot, man. So it was pleasant to hear him on this album. I will say there's a time and place for trap. There's a time and place for trap. You know what I mean?
The time and place for trap is anytime between 12 a.m. and 11:59 p.m. Anytime between 12 a.m. and 11:59 p.m. is when you listen to trap. But go ahead.
Nah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
No. I mean, I will say that like it's not that necessarily you. I don't know. I mean, like I feel like I enjoyed the album. I will say that. At the end of the day, I did enjoy the album. I thought it was fine. It's just I feel like a lot of trap artists in general are kind of replaceable. I feel like you kind of just It's you can plug and play as long as you got good production, which this album had a lot of good production. I felt like that you can kind of plug and play these rappers here and there, unless they have something about them specifically that stands out. There's a lot of like plug and play. But I thought this was decent. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's understandable because sometimes it gets repetitive, and a lot of people steal each other's styles. So
Yeah.
Which
And I will say
I'm gonna
I
have
missed
a
the Dolph
comment on
train
that
completely.
later. I'm gonna have a comment on that later.
And I will say, with my experience in terms of PRE, Paper Route Empire Entertainment, whatever it is, I missed the Dolph train. So like when he died, I personally have a policy. If somebody dies, I ain't listen to them before they died. I'm not gonna listen to them after they died. So it was.
So,
Wait. Hold on. How you not listen to Dolph? Yeah, no, I don't really like. If 40 said that, I get it. I know where it comes from. I'm kind of like.
Except for the Dolph that casually sprinkled my way, like for that California song, which it had also had Ti on it, which is probably why I was checking for it.
wow.
But not a lot of Dolph sprinkled my way,
Wait,
man. So like if I
so
heard
you
it,
never heard I fucked up and fell in love with her? Made my first 6 figures off of drugs with her.
I
You ain't
heard it
never
in City
heard of
Star.
Dolph?
I've heard it. I've heard it in Dub's car
I
before,
have to end this
but
whole.
but not personally. But like I said, I did hop on the Key Glock when he died. That was my whole little thing. That was my caveat. Now I'm gonna listen to Dolph, but I'll listen to Key Glock, little cuz I deal with that. But yeah. I mean, I'll get more into this album, I guess, once we get to it. But yeah. 40, what's your experience with Paper Route Entertainment or Empire?
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
I'll be honest.
So kind
I don't think.
Hey,
I,
hold on. Before you even get started, before you even get fucking started, we're gonna wait for this live only. We're gonna implement a strike
hold on.
system.
Hold on,
You
pause.
misstate PRE one more fucking time, Kofi. So you're gonna strike one.
Real quick, let me tell you how I kind of approached the whole label when I started listening to it. So of course, heavy in your Dolph, heavy in your Key Glock. So when Dolph died, I want to say Jay Fizzle got mixtapes with Pee Wee, and they're joint mixtapes. So I was like, you know what? Let me check out the rest of PRE, see what they talking about. Jay Fizzle and Big Moochie off the rip. I was like, oh, it's about Dolph lineage, like same type flow as Key Glock. Key Glock a little bit chiller.
Yeah.
They a little bit more, And then eventually I picked up Kenny Money too because he a little bit like a more singish type, type of the same type of style. And I was like, I love Dolph, so just different styles of Dolph. I love it. I love it. So that's how I kind of hopped in.
They all dog kids in a way.
Yeah.
They all dog kids.
And they, shout out to him about every song, every mixtape. So I'm good with it. So Dolph lives on, baby. But
40, it's on you. We gotta go ahead and get into the album. But 40, what is your experience with Big Moochie or PRE Young
well,
Dolph? Shout out to Young Dolph.
Dolph was
Long live Dolph.
so Pope Wu. He was the one who introduced Pope introduced me to most of my trap music, I think, because I was your roommate when like trap was really popping off, and you always played trap music. So for me, Dolph was one of those guys that I innately would listen to just from you, right? But other than that, like I don't know Big Moochie. It's one of those things where I was like, I didn't know. So it's like I'm coming into it fully like without any like outside interference because I didn't even know that he was associated with Dolph. So hearing that now is kind of the thing. I don't know if that helps him. To be honest with you, because I do put Dolph in a very like special place in my heart.
Wow.
Because it's really like when you hear like when you like Kendrick, and then anyone who's associated with Kendrick, you're just like, but it's not really Kendrick though, right? But that's not fair. You got to always be careful about it.
Well, go ahead and pass it to me for the highlights.
Hold on. I will say this though. I want to say this for people who a lot of trap albums, if you do not have the right speakers for, you're not going to get the same quality of play that you would get if you're in the right spot. because I had this on my phone listening to it when I took a shower. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
Listening to it in my car when I'm driving downtown, entirely different feeling, right? So I will say that. I want to put that as a caveat.
Hey, Cheddar, what did I text you when I sent you what album we was doing?
Listen with subs. Either that or listen to your
Yeah,
crowd, one or the other.
yeah, that should be a sport.
Yeah, no,
That should be like
subs
a.
on the songs. Yeah, trap is one of those things you gotta listen to some bass, otherwise you're severely
Yeah.
missing
I
out.
mean, until you tap in like me, Will. Until you really tap into like, I'll be honest with you, bro. It's like a dog whistle. It's just like, yeah, you can kind of know somebody's playing the whistle, but if you really know how to tune into the frequencies, like it don't really matter how you listen to it, you can pick it up. Because it's like me for the past like 10, 15 years, I listen to trap music like. It doesn't matter what I'm listening to. I can tell if it's hot. I can tell if I'm like, oh, okay, I can tap in with this shit. But either way, Will
Can I ask
highlights.
you something though before we go into it then?
Now you're
For
good.
the
You're
people
good.
who don't know trap.
Now you're good. Go
No,
ahead.
because I wanted to know like what you actually listen to judge trap music based off of what it's good or not. Because I think for me, having not like lack of knowledge, I don't feel like any review I give for this current one will be a fair representation.
If I had to say what things I consider when I listen to trap music, so obviously production is like third. Number
Mm.
one is going to be lyricism because it's like what people don't know is for the past like 15 years, like trap artists have been some of the best rappers. Like there's a reason why like me and Wu fuck with Dolph so much. It wasn't just because it's just his personality or whatever. It's like he can actually rap. If you listen to what he's talking about, like it's like he's rapping like about stuff that like no one else raps about to a high degree. Everyone can rap about drugs and blah blah. But there's certain people who, when they rap about it, it's like to a higher level. And it's like, oh, I can tell this is authentic. Like, yeah, I'm a big fan of like the theory of like not all rap music has to be based in reality. Do I think that Lil Uzi Vert sold drugs? Not really. Do I think that Lil Yachty sold drugs? Not really. But it doesn't matter because the music's good. But there's some people where it's like Gucci, Dolph, to a certain extent, Yo Gotti, Jeezy, where it's like, okay, the way they're talking about this is like, if you didn't do this, you wouldn't have this lingo. Me personally, like with Boldy James and Benny the Butcher, where it's just like you can listen, you can hear if you know about like that lifestyle, the certain things that they're talking about, where it's like this is not what you would never hear this in like a Future mixtape. You would never hear this in like a T.I. mixtape. No shade at T.I. So like number one is lyricism.
The
Number
original trap
three,
Whoa,
artist.
wait,
The
wait,
original trap
you
artist.
ain't hearing it. You ain't hearing that. Ti,
That's
Ti,
that's
what?
that's some wild. That's some
Bruh,
Oh, hold on,
hella
hold
wild.
on.
Not current
bro,
Ti music, maybe, but some throwback Ti.
hold
You hear
on,
years.
hold on, hold on, hold
bro,
on, hold
you,
on. Cheddar, hold on. Cheddar, I hear what you're saying. I
bruh,
think what you're confusing is this. I said what the fuck I said. You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
What you
like,
said was
I know what
wrong,
I
though.
said.
What you said was wrong.
it was
I preach this shit. I don't give a fuck about T.I. But that's not for today. And then secondary for you 40, secondary is just flow. Flow is a little bit different than lyricism. So it's like lyricism is one thing,
Yeah, I'll
flow
say
is
flow.
another. Like my favorite flow in all the trap music. In all the trap music. My favorite flow is Pee Wee. Like Pee Wee's just like it's just if you ever do a Pee Wee tape, you'll understand what I mean. Just the way Pee Wee raps a very specific way. And it's like it hits for me. It doesn't have to hit for everybody. For me, it hits 10 out of 10 every time. Well, what about you, man? What makes trap music boom
Wait,
bap out of your
wait.
base?
What kind of music is this?
Trap fool.
Trap music?
oh
Where'd that term come from?
Lord Jesus.
What was it? Ti?
You know?
Was it trap music? Was it where trap music came
That
from? Is
man
that what the
was a
term
dog.
trap music came from? It didn't come from the Ti album. Trap music? Oh,
If
okay.
any,
Okay.
if
I'm
any,
sorry.
if
I'm sorry.
anything, if
I'm
anything,
sorry.
if
I
anything,
didn't know people were calling it trap music before 2009. Whatever trap music came out.
if
Oh,
we're gonna be
I'm sorry.
real,
I'm sorry.
if we're gonna be real, Jeezy. I rest my case. If we're gonna be real, just because Jeezy didn't name his mixtape or album trap music, don't mean that Jeezy it didn't really start with
Jesus
Jeezy.
was making music when
And
Ti started making music.
hold on. And if we really want to be real,
Jesus was even called
MJG and Eight
Jesus when
Ball.
trap music came out.
All right,
He was called Lil J.
all right.
What we talking about? What we talking about here?
That's not what this is about. Me and you gonna hash this out later, but that's not what this is about. Go ahead, Will.
um, I don't know what the hell y'all niggas talking about at this point, but trap music, uh, like he said, flow. Of course, the beat got hit a certain way. It's like one of the things like when you pulling up, You want to be heard. You gotta throw something on like big ass bands. That's one of my.
I got the bands.
Because not
That's another.
only manifest the key I go crazy with.
On
That's
the
another.
real, you kind of want niggas to be in fear for their lives just a little bit, not a lot, just a
Like yeah,
little bit.
there's some niggas pulling up. Why? Because he playing yeah.
Exactly, like that is one of those things where it's just like if I'm walking around and I hear somebody play like a Pee Wee mixtape from like 2014, I'm like, okay. Okay, my bad. I didn't know this was that type of function. I didn't know. Oh, you playing some Dolph from 2015? Oh, my bad. Let me tuck my shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't know we were out. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's a feeling. It's a vibe check.
But definitely manifest big bands, yeah, and trap a little harder because once again, Big Scar.
Big Scar tough.
One of my
Big Scar tough.
And he came in just flipping and stacking deposits. Come on, man. This is how we flipping it.
Okay, hold on. We got key back in because once again, this is an album review for Big Mooch. Highlights. And my first and my second, what we doing?
I just gave you mine, man. Manifest big bands, yeah, and trap a little harder. I just
okay.
In
that case, I'm gonna make mine fast because I don't want to go over time. Mine were again. Let's be clear. I'm only gonna have a few highlights. Doesn't mean I thought that shit was whack. It's just I only have like 2 or 3 highlights. Back in the Maybach, just tough. Especially when he got to the part where he was like long lived Dolph. I was like, oh, I was like, hold on. And then what was it? Trolling? Because trolling was one of those moments in a tape where it's just like, hold on, you know what? I'm gonna take the fucking headphones off. I'm just gonna start speaking to y'all. He was it's just like, if you know Boo, if you know me, I love real shit like that. But he was just like, y'all niggas ain't never killed nobody over here. Like when people are talking like that, I was just like, it's like I'm going to church. You know what I'm saying? And the pastor ain't gotta be rapping, but like if I feel what he's saying, it's the same thing. And then it's weird. So Manifest and big ass bands, when I was listening to it, kind of fused together because I couldn't tell where the break was, and Key Glock was on both of them. That being said, I'm putting both of them on my highlights because Key Glock is like special, bro. The fact that there was a label that had him and Dolph up there is crazy because Key Glock is like special. It's just a way that he approaches the tracks, the way that his voice sounds. Like people underestimate how much just like sonically can put you over. The way Key Glock's voice sounds is just like pause. Shit kind of hard, bro. Pause. But nevertheless, though, those are my highlights. You know what I'm saying? Big ass bands, Manifest, Back in the Maybach, and Trap a little. Oh, my bad, Trolling. But really on getting to the weeds of things, big ass Maybach was hard. It was hard as fuck, bro. Oh my god, that shit was hard. But nah, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Kofi. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? Cheddar's worst. Remember, Canada's worst. Go ahead, do your thing, big dog.
Go ahead, Cheddar.
He the worst type of cheese out here.
Worst kind of cheese is American. But anyway, Crip Blue Hundreds. I like that one. Although I guess there's a little bit of a what's the other side? Anyway, a little bit of a downside that would be. I didn't feel like it was a strong intro track, but like as a track, I liked it.
Just say parameter. We're making up new words now.
I can't remember the other the downsides, but no. Manifest was another one. Manifest a big ass band. Like I said, I like Key Glock, so hearing them on there was nice and refreshing. So like, and I did get kind of confused. I was like I didn't realize it's like I was a little bit confused, and I was like, it's switched over to another song. But like both of them have Key Glock on there, both of them positives.
The best part about both songs were like 2 and some change, so you technically could just Drake the song and make a whole different song at the end.
True. Drake the song. No Favors was another one that I appreciated. Not just because it was featuring somebody named Money Man, but I did like the song. And that was pretty much. I mean, it's not that the rest were low lights, but like that's pretty much it for me for like the major standout highlights for me. I'll say that. Yeah, keep it short and sweet. But 40. What were your highlights?
It's funny. It's basically just Woos, just manifest big ass bands. Yeah. When I was driving in my car listening to the whole album, I was able to listen to it a couple times just from like driving, and every time those songs came up, I always just checked my phone. I was like, "Oh, okay, I got you." So it's one of those things. Whenever you're like not really paying attention, and then something comes on, you're like, "Oh, hold up now." And that might have just been with, as Fullo said, just Key Glock coming in, because I definitely noticed the change between Big Moochie and Key Glock, and I was like, "That's the person he's featuring. He ain't doing too bad. I'm starting to vibe with it." So I think those were like the three. I really did like Yeah though. That was one that like I think
it was another one that I liked a lot. Yeah.
I think it
first,
went
but it
fine.
grew on me.
I'm not sure because I'm not as obviously I'm not fucking as well versed, but because of how the production was done, because it was all kind of like very and like how it's like Big Moochie style is very much Big Moochie style. Like it's like you can kind of just feel it, especially when he starts having features and it feels a little bit different, right? But then like the production had like a very specific. I don't know. It was like it was never bad production, but there wasn't anything that was like so outwardly left field. So a lot of times stuff could be kind of the way they did it is they kind of put every song back to back to back to back. Like there was very little like pauses in between songs. So when you're like driving, you're just hearing them as if it's just constantly like they have things queued up every don't worry about it. So at times you're just like, did it change to a new song or is it like just switch up the beat? And it's like not another beat. Oh shit, you know. I know. I always think about I always think about a video of when what was it Kendrick was going at Drake, and it was just and then the guy and then someone was making like how Drake would feel, and it was like Kendrick another beat, stop it. So it kind of felt like that, and because Big Moochie, as Fullo said, Big Moochie, like even for me who doesn't understand all the references, I can 100% say some of the shit I did understand was like, oh, this dude, if I have to like, he's one of those cats that like I would not be like, man, I don't know if he knows what he's talking about, right? Like you can just kind of feel it. Like you're just like, oh shit. Like even some of the shit he's describing, I can kind of tell. So anyway,
I had a question for you, Justin. Why do you
what's
think
up?
he loves grapes so much?
Wait, what?
Why do you think he loves grapes so much?
Because they bust in your mouth. No, I don't know.
Because they purple. Because they purple, man.
There are times in like our friendship where it's like there are times where it's not even just a 40 thing, it's a 40 and Jenna thing where it's just like I gotta realize where it's just like oh yeah oh yeah oh yeah oh yeah oh yeah. Yo, I had both parents in the household. I forgot. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? And Clarence's parents had a real good marriage. Like I forget sometimes where it's just like, oh yeah, I forget. You know what I'm saying? And I really, it's all good. Yeah, you're right. You know what? 40, you're right. He's very healthy. He likes grapes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They keep him solid. We're gonna leave it at that.
Purple's royalty, man. You like that purple stuff.
He's so dedicated to it, he only drinks wine.
He likes that grape. He like that grape drink. He's a big fan of Dave Chappelle.
But yeah, well for me,
What are the thoughts?
my downsides, for one, I don't know why I'm taking a point for this, but simple bias. Usually on PRE stuff, they might have a DOF feature up there, and this did not have no DOF feature on it, so I gotta take a couple points off.
So what you're saying is they
go to
need
the
to do a seance.
Dolph.
They need to do a seance and be like, "Hey, Ghost of Dolph, come down and speak your pro."
They go to the vault and pull out a Dolph verse and put it on the track. That's why.
Hey,
Get it. AI generated Dolph voice.
I feel like you could have thrown him anywhere, of course, to make the song better, but I ain't really care for Can't Stop It and No Favors. Can't Stop It and No Favors. I mean, Money Man's what you make of it. If you like Money Man, you gonna like Money Man. If you don't like him,
I like Money, man.
toss. I ain't care for him. He got some hot song. I ain't care for him. That kind of kid. And then also, like in that little stretch, that was kind of a little slow little stretch because he grouped together Manifest and big bands, and he grouped together and Trap a Little Harder, which you know, everything else was like sandwiched around it. So I mean, he kept that strong stuff in the middle. But yeah.
On me, it's I thought that okay, so it's gonna be kind of weird. I agree with Wu like exactly on the same tracks. However, I will say one thing that really stood out to me was Crip Blue Hundreds. Thought it was a really bad like way to introduce his tape. Cause like if I let's say I was a casual listener and I only wanted to listen to like one song to get an idea of the album, and I listened to that first song, I would not have listened to the rest of this. Like Crip Blue Hundred was like
Hey,
when I first heard Crip Blue Hundred, I was like, oh, this is gonna be an ass.
Hold up. Flag on the play. We appreciate you too, Holiday, because we already know you following on the YouTube and all that stuff. So we chance. We appreciate you. Like
we appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate all the love, you know, share, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And I can't emphasize enough the share part. But nah, man, like Crip Blue Hundreds, I really didn't fuck with. And like it's the lowest light for me. I'm not even gonna go. Cause I thought, okay, so besides my highlights, I thought the rest of the shit was solid. But Crip Blue Hundreds, I was just like, man, this is like, I don't even know if this should have belonged on the album. I would have taken it off completely. So that's pretty much it. Everything else is pretty solid though.
I will say, I mean, I agree with in terms of because like when I first listened to the album, I did like listen to Blue 100, Blue Crip Blue 100. I was kind of like, I don't even feel this. But like when I listened to the album later, like on Put It On Shuffle, and it came like later on the album, I liked it a lot more. This is why I added it to my favorite, one of my favorites. I did enjoy it when it wasn't the first song I listened to on the album. That being said, my main low light for this one is I kind of tune him out for a little bit. Like it kind of he drones on for me for a minute. Where like it's just I just focus in on I just zone in on the production and just listening to the beat and like how that bumps and I'll enjoy a track whatever. But I'm not really paying attention to what he's saying, which is why I said made that statement earlier. Like, I felt which I'm not sure. I wasn't sure because I don't have a big frame of reference of trap music. So I wasn't sure if this is just a decent trap album or if it's just like. I don't know where to put it. Kind of like what 40 was saying earlier, where I'm just like, I don't listen to trap a lot. So I felt like it was like kind of plug and play and nothing that he does in particular stands out to me. So like a lot of it just kind of Jones on, but not
Hold
take
on,
it away.
hold on. When we get to our scores, I feel like me and Wu might like elaborate on that. So we'll wait till we get to our scores. So,
I feel like
what we think about this in like the background of trap music.
okay, yeah, that's fair. Because like because if I'm like I said, time and place for trap music. Like if I'm on the way to the club or something like that, and I throw this album on, I'm not gonna have a bad time. Like it's not gonna be displeasing to like just throw this on, drowning out. I'm like rolling down downtown, like 40 was saying earlier, like just bumping it in my car. Okay, no problems with it. It's just nothing from it that I would necessarily stands out in a way that I'm like, oh, like, let me add this to my playlist. Let me play this regularly, as opposed to if it had been some Key Glock or if it had been actually some like Dolph stuff. Where I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, man, I'm really. There's a lot of swagger on this track that he's bringing in. There's a lot of stuff to this track that makes him stand out in general. But I didn't see that from Big Moochie Mooch, Grape Eater, get out, get out. I had a stroke or something. I don't know what's going on. 40. What's your little like? Eat some Doritos. Eat some Doritos, bro. What's your little like 40?
I think I really do agree with like Fulham with the Crip Blue Hundreds. I don't when especially like as someone who doesn't know trap like that, going into like starting with Crip Blue Hundreds, when then you hear the rest of the tracks, it kind of starts off kind of low. Whereas I feel like when I had this album on repeat as I'm driving because of how short that album is, I didn't have it on like remix or anything. It was just like constantly going like round and round, or like going. I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyways, there's times where there's songs that if they were the ones that start off, especially because like when you park your car, you go back and then you go and like start the album up when you start driving again, and it starts on a different song. It's like, oh, this album's kind of like it starts on a different note. Where I think Crip Blue Hundreds could just be put somewhere else or taken out. I also don't like trolling only because, and this is not because the song's actually bad. It's just because I'm a game nerd and whatnot, and trolling was something that like kind of came up. Like the terminology for trolling is literally like some like nerdy gamer shit where it's just like, oh, this guy is just a troll hiding, he's just trolling us, guys. So whenever someone's like when now like it's been adopted into mainstream culture, it's just always weird when you got like somebody who probably could kill somebody, just be like, man, he trolling me. Like, stop trolling. It's like, dude, I don't know, man. That's all. It's like a pet peeve. It's not even that the song's bad. It's just that shit always takes me out, especially when I hear it. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? Anyways, that's it. Like, there is the part where Kofi's saying where like because we are not well, like because I'm not well versed in trap music, and because of how big Moochie's kind of his style, his flow, the way the album is kind of just does not put a break. Or this is one of the only albums I've ever heard where it doesn't have interludes. It's just like song, 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 and they're all kind of like you barely get like a little bit of respite between tracks. It's one of those things where it's like
33.
After a while you can. What's that?
33 minutes.
Yeah, I mean it's a quick album. It's to the point. You can just have it play in the background, and sometimes you'll just zone out, and it's not out of like disrespect. It's just it's a lot, especially when you're not used to hearing it and you can't go and break it down. But that's all me. That's pretty much it. But yeah, go ahead, Will. What was the score?
Sounds. I'm like, shoot, who wants to go first, man?
I mean,
it's back with you. You go first.
I think I'm gonna give it an A minus. Mainly because like y'all said, Crip Blue Hundreds, it wasn't the strongest like start to it, but I kind of understand it because it helps you adapt to his style kind of early on, and then the next song's a little bit better, and then finally you get into what Manifest. So then you just hit a 2-song high and you get a whole bunch of key locks. So by the time you get to those songs, you're used to how the next song's probably gonna sound, or how his flow gonna be. But of course I had to take a point because he had Young Dolph on it. And I mean shoot, overall I feel like just dropping 10 days ago, this was a dope little
flags all day. Flags. That's a very unfair thing to do, and I shouldn't even I shouldn't have to be the one to do this. But Fuller, if you want to interject.
Nah, you know what? 40, we haven't had you go off on somebody yet.
All right.
Go off on
So unless we get the technology to like actually bring people from the dead, it's really unfair to be like, hey man, you're dead homie, why don't you have him on the track? Like it's gonna be like every year we're gonna be like, hey, this new album they put out, I didn't hear a Young Dolph on it, and I expected it. That's kind of crazy, dude. That's
Drake
like,
hey,
hold on. This is a rare moment. We gotta give 40 a little bit of room. 40, keep going.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's like.
No, I got you. Hold on.
No. He got
Let me talk.
Go ahead.
If he can add a point because SZA got a fat ass, I can take a point because Young Dolph ain't on it.
Oh, that's not fair though, because SZA currently does have a fat ass. Like that's not really in dispute.
Technically, Dolph is currently dead.
And you know what?
Technically, you know what I'm saying?
We do have the technology to make a girl's ass
bigger.
bigger.
Dead people put them on track is a problem. That's all I'm trying to say. When Drake does it, it's a problem. But when Big Moochie doesn't do it, it's a problem. I'm saying make up your mind, people.
Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it back. It's on me. And we're gonna say, first of all, number one thing we're gonna say, fuck Canada. You know what I'm saying? Everybody over there,
we're gonna let dead people on track. What we doing here, man?
The Raptors, cheddar, you know what I'm saying, maple syrup, like everybody can.
That's why your pancakes dry as fuck, bro.
Penguins, I don't care what's up there in Canada. Mountains, everybody can get it. All right, so here's the first thing, man. I'm going to be real with you. What's my rating? I give it a solid B minus. You know what I'm saying? So here's where I take off points. And I thought Wu was going to touch on this, but like I guess not. So maybe it's me being like a Pee Wee Longway fan, free Pee Wee. He ain't do it. Maybe it's me being like a super Pee Wee fan. This sounded like Big Moochie sounds to me, not in a negative way. So you took Dolph, you took Pee Wee, and smashed them together. It's kind of what it sounds like to me. And it's not like a bad thing because it works, but it's like I was definitely hearing that throughout the album. But as far as like the quality,
Pee Wee be singing though.
Because Pee Wee's also a vocalist. But it's just like one of those things where it's just like 12 tracks. I was like, I thought it was solid. I thought it was a solid trap mixtape. So Cheddar was wondering before about like where would we like put this in trap. So like there are trap classics. There are albums and mixtapes that are like legendary trap classics. This is obviously not one of them, no shade. But I feel like this is a solid start. Like for me to never have heard of Moochie and never listened to Moochie before, this is a solid beginning. Like this is not something where I'm like, oh, I can't listen to him again. This is one of those things where I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna give you like a B minus on this, but like I'm interested to see what you do in the future. Solid tape, short, sweet. The only thing I would pay, the only thing I would like, hey, I'll giggle for is like I wanted more originality to come through. And because to me he sounds like Dolph and Pee Wee mixed together, it's kind of like you can listen to certain tracks and tell that he signed a PRE. Like you can tell that he signed a PRE. And it's one of those things where it's just like I wish more of his personality had came through. But I'll listen to like any I'll listen to any like tapes he has coming forward because I mean I think there's a leap there that can be made. But for this tape or for this album, we can give this a B minus. All right, B minus isn't bad. It's not mid. It's just I want to see future growth, so we're gonna put this bitch to the side. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and alley-oop this to the Canadian, but we ain't talking no Vince Carter.
Let me give y'all a cheddar bomb. He also speaks often that he got rich in the rap game in 3 months. So hey, he
I
could
thought
be.
you were going to say he could go and resurrect Dolph. I was expecting that, and I was like, okay, that's maybe why you're taking off
We're
points,
gonna
because he's been claiming
move
that he could bring it
on to Cheddar.
up. I mean, he dropped it on Halloween. Maybe it was, well, that's the reason. Who you scary Dolph? Go ahead, Mama.
I've been bouncing back and forth, back and forth. I think I'm gonna settle at a solid. I'll give it a
Dang.
C plus. C plus. I'm between a C plus and a B minus because, like I said, I just don't have a reference point for him. So I think I set it at a C plus. It's because, like I said, nothing stands out particularly for him. Like Key Glock being on the album, I was like, okay, yeah, oh, I like this, and I did get a sense that it was.
Flat. Hold on. This is not me disagreeing with you. This is me kind of like adding on. King Glock, I thought the feature would help, but when you analyze like Big Moochie by himself with the Key Glock feature, it's like man, like Key Glock like really sounds original. Like Key Glock sounds like Key Glock. Big Scar sounds like Big Scar. Like nigga, you kind of sound like a couple of different people, but I feel like you can figure it out. But like it's like having those bets on your tape is like, man, I thought it did help, but it also like made me be like, oh yeah, I forgot like they've been like Key Glock really does this shit. But go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, I think he does. For this to be early on, kind of in his career. I don't know how many albums he has. I guess he's had to have at least two albums because there's got to be an Eat or Get Eight one. So I'm guessing he's had at least two albums.
That's
Um,
great too, man.
huh?
He got a couple like some of his stuff good.
Okay. Well, I'd have to check out some more of it. Just kind of get used to, I guess his
I'll
own
give you
style.
reference points.
But there's nothing bad. There's nothing wrong with C plus.
Mid is
It's not
okay.
terrible. Yeah, mid is okay. It's not terrible in any way. That I can see. Like there's no glaring issues with it. It's just like I said, it didn't stand out per se.
I like his voice and the way he sings.
Pause.
But I did really enjoy the production. Actually, I might slide up to a B minus. I did
Wow!
enjoy the production on everything. Um,
Unexpected surprise. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Like that was one that I liked a lot. The production. That was one of the first ones that stood out to me. Like, oh, I like this. Um, but yeah. So yeah, I'll give it. I'll slide. I don't know. I'm between C plus and a B minus. Man. I haven't made up my mind. I'll probably say something else next week. So let's just settle with a C plus. 40, what'd you give this album, man?
I gave it a C, and that's literally just because of the fact that my reference point is like Young Dolph, which is like really a tough thing to basically be like, hey, you're in the trap game. You're going to be compared to Dolph. Good luck. You know,
It's
it's
like
not really like a
it's
fair
like
thing.
comparing Bronny James to LeBron James.
I don't know. I don't know Big Mookie's career like that, right? But like, I'm just saying, especially because to like what we were kind of alluded to is that he has features where you hear guys who've been in the game a lot longer, and you just can hear like the difference, right? Like, not to say that it's like astoundingly different. It's just like this is one of the only times where I've heard the features, and I was like, you know what? I might check out the features, like whatever they do in the future over the current artist I'm listening to, and of that's kind of where I'm at,
Check out
where I
Key
was
Glock.
just like,
I
Key
mean,
Glock
I
Fight.
guess that's kind of a harsh critique. I
Yellow tape.
guess.
Check out the
I
yellow
mean,
tape.
it's like a lot of times trap for me is just kind of like who it's like pick your
It's a
favorites, right?
drop.
There's guys that are definitely like great and they kind of stand out regardless. But at certain times, like it's just who tickles your fancy, which I shouldn't say like that, but
Hey,
I
hey.
mean, after a while. So like for me, it's one of those things where I can't take anything off of it. It wasn't for me, you know. But anyways, that was it.
Dang, man. I wish I would say that versus throwing out some, man, I ain't got no reference points. Man, you don't shut your ass up and listen to
Hey, yo, hold
listen,
on now.
listen
Hold
to
on
Face,
now.
man.
I mean,
What up? It's all fair because I don't care. I pulled it just. I don't care, man. I don't care. Just I'm used to his voice. I know what he sounds like. So, but I mean, shoot. Hey, that's what it is. We got an A- from me. You know, 'cause I understand his rapping style and the reference to all the grape stuff. C plus from Cheddar, C from 40, and a B minus from that.
B minor.
So next week.
What we doing next week?
Yo, let's go ahead and talk about it, bro. Let's go ahead. All right, children, gather around. All right, so hear me out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been holding this motherfucker hand up.
Pause that. Hey yo, real big. I don't know why we ain't do that at the beginning. Real big shout out to my godson.
Oh yeah.
hey, happy birthday
It's
to
the
you.
Prince's birthday. You know what I'm saying? It's a national holiday. Shout to, you know what I'm saying? I call him Gaby. You call him Lil G, wherever you want to call it, Lil Juice. That's my guy. Shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? Made me a daddy about 6 years ago. I ain't never looked back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never looked back since.
Should have.
So shout out
Man.
to him. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
National
gonna take this
holiday.
to your ball.
However, I'd be remiss. He'd be disappointed in me if I didn't drop the artist I'm about to drop on y'all for next week. And I'm gonna be spamming this every single day for everybody who fucking follow me. And I expect everybody to goddamn be retweeting, posting my shit.
Oh,
We doing
oh.
Bodie James, all right? We doing
Oh, I thought it was gonna
Bodie,
be T.I.
Big Bodie, 227, Concrete. Y'all know the fuck it is. All right,
Hey,
so let me
hold
go.
on. First, before we get started with this, do any of y'all have any reference
Nope.
points?
I
Nope.
know Cheddar ain't
All
got
right,
no reference
so we
point.
better start off at a C, because
Yep.
But don't wait.
no
But
reference
don't
points.
wait. Don't worry. Because we're gonna end up at an A anyway. So here's the deal. I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory. Give me about 30 seconds.
There's a chance
Bodie
I might increase
James,
Big
you know
Moose
what I'm
after listening to
saying?
Bodie.
Bodie
We'll
James, the
see.
rapper from Detroit, Michigan. All right,
Oh,
as
he's from
you guys,
Detroit.
yeah, as you guys know, Detroit ain't got really any other fucking artists. If we're gonna be real about it, and I
It's the
said that
Dirty Dozen.
They got big,
you know what I'm
they
saying.
got
But
big
nevertheless, though,
shine.
They got Big Sean. Yeah, man.
street rapper, quote unquote,
Ass,
underground
ass,
rapper.
ass,
But
ass, ass,
however, he has
They got
been on a run. It's
ass.
2024. He's been on a run for about 6 years now that I think is top five best runs in hip hop history. I feel like he is like for me, he is my favorite rapper right now. We can get
Top
into
five runs in rap
top.
history? That's a bold statement, Mr.
Oh,
James.
hold on a second. Here, Uncle Boss. Did I fucking stutter? I ain't
Yes,
fucking
yes, you
stutter,
did.
nigga. I said what the fuck I said.
It
Like
sounds like another incorrect statement, my brother.
Bodie James's discography is one that I will stand by. In the words of Frank Lucas from the fucking movie with Denzel, I put my name on that. All right, you know what I'm saying? I really fuck with Bodie. The album we doing something that he dropped this year because I know some of you fuck boys. Cheddar and fucking 40. Y'all know about y'all don't know drug talk. Y'all don't know about no street life.
Oh, me?
So I'm trying to give
Okay.
y'all something a little bit
Oh,
light.
Okay.
drug talk life either,
Let me
man.
finish. Let him rap. So check this out. We're gonna do Across the Tracks by Bodie James, produced by Conductor Williams. If you don't know anything about Bodie James, what he does is every project he'll pair up with one producer, and that one producer will produce the entire thing. So when you look this up, it's gonna say Bodie James and Conductor Williams. Conductor Williams ain't no fucking rapper. He just produced the entire fucking thing. It's called Across the Tracks. Came out earlier this year. I've been pause banging this nonstop. I feel like it showcases Bodie's he's able to speak on it, but it also Conductor kind of challenges him with some of the production that makes Bodie have to change his flow. And if we ever do any other Bodie tapes, you'll tell the stark difference between this tape and anything else he's done. But that's the album for this week. Cross the Tracks. Bodie James, Conductor Williams, you know what I'm saying? 227, Concrete. So I'm gonna tag Bodie in it. All that stuff. Yeah.
Oh my
That's it.
gosh, what he gonna do? Come down here and sell some drugs to us?
I hope he does. I hope he does. Do your thing, Bodie. It's like, shoot. Also, because of what happened to Pee Wee, Bodie don't sell no drugs. Bodie don't sell no drugs. What are you talking about? Bodie don't sell no drugs. All right, he's a make believe artist. All right.
You just saying numbers and
He's just doing
Free on
Dungeons and Dragons campaign. He's just playing D&D as a drug dealer.
He just loves cooking. He's a chef. It's like, shoot, let him talk. But nah,
Okay.
man, that's pretty much it, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're hitting a point in the album review club where now we got past the give us a 10. We got past that stage. Now we're in this stage now where it's just like we're gonna start expanding some people's music criteria, some of those people's music genre. All right, some people ain't heard fucking Bodie James before. Some people ain't heard Big Moochie. All right. And that's what we're about to get into the shit, you know what I'm saying? Merry Christmas to you fuck boys, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're about to get into right now. And unfortunately for everybody who follows the album review club, everybody who really fucks with us, unfortunately, that means that Cheddar's gonna give us one of his positive ass rappers. We gotta go ahead. We gotta go ahead and buckle in. We gotta go ahead and buckle in for it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some man rapping about sunflower seeds.
Yep.
And hanging out with his grandfather. It's like some music stuff like that. So before we get to all that, I'm giving y'all Bodie. He ain't talking about hanging out with nobody's grandfather. He's talking about serving your uncles, your aunties. Right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. His quality time is spent at the stove. Like
all y'all people out there.
Hold on. Like ESTG said, 2 stoves, 8 pots. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. That's pretty much
all y'all out there. Enjoy the clouds for another week because we got some sunshine coming up next week.
Dark days again.
But hey, there
Hey,
you have it. Across the Tracks, Bodie James next week on the Album Review Club. Here every Sunday on Straight Loud Entertainment.
oh, I got a shout out. Shout out
straight
to
loud.
Bodie James. Shout out to Bodie James Super Tecmo Bowl with the Alchemy.
Eat a Dorito.
That's pretty